Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Fiona Octaviola. Today I'm going to talk about something very important for us as Muslims living in the modern era. Mosque Etiquette, elevating modern Muslim lives. The mosque or masjid is not just a place of worship, it's the heart of our Muslim community, and understanding the proper etiquette and rules of the mosque can actually help us improve our lives, our character, and our connection with Allah and our community. So let's dive in and explore how we can make the most of our time in the mosque in today's world. Now, let me walk you through what we'll cover today. First, we'll start with the evening, understanding why mosque etiquette matters in our modern lives. Then, we'll discuss the sacred basics, the fundamental rules that have been taught to us since the time of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Next, we'll explore contemporary courtesy, how we can apply traditional etiquette in today's digital and modern context. After that, we'll see the life upgrade, the real benefits and positive impact these rules bring to our daily lives. And finally, we'll wrap up with action and close practical steps we can take starting today. So let's begin our journey. So let's start with the evening section. In today's fast-paced world, we often rush into the mosque, pray quickly, and leave just as fast. But have we ever stopped to think, are we truly maximizing our time in house of Allah? The mosque is more than just a building. It's a sanctuary, a place of faith, a community center, and a source of spiritual growth. And when we follow the proper etiquette, we are not just showing respect to Allah and His house. We are actually transforming ourselves into better Muslims and better human beings. The rules of the mosque aren't restrictions, they're guidelines that help us elevate our spirituality and our character in this modern era. Our topic today is mosque etiquette, elevating modern Muslim life. And the key phrase here is connecting sacred traditions with contemporary excellence. What does this mean? It means we're not abandoning our beautiful Islamic traditions. Instead, we're understanding them deeply and applying them in ways that make sense in 2025. The etiquette taught by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, over 1400 years ago is still incredibly relevant today. In fact, these timeless principles can help us navigate the challenges of modern life, from managing our smartphones in the mosque to being mindful of others in our busy schedules. When we blend sacred traditions with contemporary awareness, we create excellence in our worship and in our character. Now, why do mosque manners matter so much in today's world? Let me share 3 key reasons. First, combat distraction. We live in an age of constant digital noise, notifications, message, social media. Sacred etiquette offers us a sanctuary of focus in an age of digital noise. When we practice proper mosque manners, we create a space free from distraction where we can truly connect with Allah. Second, counter isolation. Modern life can be very lonely. Even when we are surrounded by people, mosque etiquette helps us foster deep community bonds to overcome modern feelings of loneliness. When we greet each other properly, respect shared space, and look after one another, we build real, meaningful connections. And third, master time. We are all busy, work, school, family, but mosque etiquette teaches us to use prayer schedules as a divine framework from managing modern life's demand, the 5 daily prayers become anchors that structure our day and keep us balanced. These aren't just rules, they're solution to modern problem. Now, let me to section 2, the sacred basics. These are the fundamental rules and etiquette that have been passed down to us from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. They are timeless principles that form the foundation of how we should behave in the mosque. Understanding these basics is crucial because they're not just about following rules. They're about showing reverence to Allah's house, respecting our fellow Muslims, and purifying our own hearts and intention. The first sacred basic is purity and dress, the first step inward. Before we even enter the mosque, we must prepare ourselves. Physical preparation is actually as a reflection of spiritual readiness. It creates a mindset shift from worldly clutter to focused worship and self-respect. These are two key aspects here. For the first, cleanliness and purity, or toharoh. Toharoh. This means performing wudu, the ablution, wearing clean garments, and maintaining personal hygiene. When we purify our bodies, we're also preparing our heart to stand before Allah. Second, modest dress code. We should clothe ourselves in an unassuming manner, covering the aura as a sign of humility before God. This isn't about passion, it's about showing respect and removing our ego when we enter Allah's house. This physical preparation helps us transition from the outside world into a sacred space of worship. Next, let's talk about entering and sharing the prayer space. This is where our etiquette truly comes to life. There are three important steps. For the first, step in mindfully. We should enter with the right foot and recite the prophetic dua, the prayer taught by the Prophet Muhammad. This simple act transforms our entry from a physical movement into a spiritual transition. We're announcing to ourselves, I'm leaving the world behind and entering Allah's presence. Second, respect the space. Once inside, avoid pausing in front of those praying to safeguard their focus. When someone is standing in prayer, they communicating with Allah. We should never interrupt that sacred conversation. And the third, transfer to life. These actions aren't just ritual, they train spatial awareness and respect for others' concentration. When we practice this in the mosque, we become more considerate people in our daily life too, at work, at home, and everywhere. See how mosque etiquette shapes our character? Now, we move to section 3, contemporary courtesy. This is where ancient wisdom meets modern reality. We've covered the sacred basics that have been with us for centuries, but how do we apply these timeless principles in today's world? A world with smartphone, social media, and new social dynamics? Contemporary courtesy is about taking those sacred foundation and adapting them thoughtfully to the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century without compromising the essence of our faith. Let's see how we can be modern Muslims who still honor traditional values. Let's start with digital silence and timely presence. We are addressing modern distraction by prescribing courtesy and punctuality as acts of worship. This is crucial in 2025. Why? Because we have first, silence mobile phones. I know we're all attached to our device, but when we're in the mosque, we need to eliminate digital distraction to maintain a focus. Sacred atmosphere, put your phone on silent on airplane mode. Those notification can wait. Your conversation with Allah cannot. Second, punctually for prayer. Arriving on time is a pledge to Allah and the community, cultivating reliability. When we rise in late, we disturb others and miss the evening takbir. Being time shows with priorities our relationship with Allah above everything else. Think about it. If you had a meeting with the most important person in the world, you'd be early, right? Well, prayer is our meeting with the creator of the universe that deserves Allah functionality and full attention, free from digital distraction. We have respectful congregational conduct. This is about how we behave when we are together in the mosque community. There are three key principles. First, whisper-free halls. Maintain silence and listen attentively to the imam, fostering an environment of shared focus and respect. The mosque isn't a place for chatting or catching up with friends during praying time. Save your conversation for after the prayer, okay? And for the second, care for shared facilities. Treat the mosque as a micro-society. Every gesture matters, like returning a prayer regularly, keeping the bedroom clean, or arranging your shoes properly. This small action reinforces empathy and social cohesion. We're all sharing this sacred space together. And the third, transferable values. Here's the beautiful part of this. Lesson in courtesy and communal care directly translate to enhancing workplace and neighborhood interactions. When you learn to be considerate in the mosque, you become more considerate everywhere. The mosque become a training ground for good character. Now we reach section 4, life upgrade. This is where everything comes together. We've talked about the sacred basics and contemporary courtesy, but what's the real impact? How does following mosque etiquette actually upgrade our lives? This section is about the tangible benefits, the real practical improvements we experience in our character, our relationship, and our overall quality of life when we practice proper mosque etiquette. These aren't just spiritual benefits, they are life-changing transformation that affect every aspect of who we are. Let's explore how mosque etiquette elevates us. First benefit, from prayer schedule to life disciplines, the 5 daily prayers, Fajr, Duhur, Asar, Maghrib, and Isha, are a divine framework for mastering time, beating procrastination, and cultivating mental calm. Think about it. These prayers naturally divide your day into manageable segments. You can procrastinate when you know Zuhur prayer is coming. You learn to plan around these fixed appointments with Allah. The result? Time management mastery. Mosque routines train Muslims to segment their day effectively, enhancing productivity and meeting deadlines. Students, professionals, parents, every benefit from this structure. But there's more. These prayers also provide a sacred pause for mental calm. In our non-stop world, this structure breaks reduce anxiety and boosts focus, providing a spiritual reset that benefits study and career tasks. 5 times a day, you step away from stress, reconnect with your purpose, and return refresh it. It's like having built-in meditation breaks, but even better because you're connecting with Allah. Second benefit, community networks and ethical challenge excellence. Congregational prayers are a powerful antidote to urban isolation, fostering network of support, friendship, and professional connection in cities where people can feel so alone despite being surrounded by millions. The mosque becomes our anchor. There are two major outcomes here. First, diverse friendship and professional network. Regular interaction builds a strong community fabric and creates valuable connection. You'll meet people from different background, profession, and life experience. Some of my friends found their business partners, mentors, and lifelong friends through the mosque community. Second, enhance workplace ethic. This is so important. Listen in patience, gentleness, and confidentially learn it in the mosque directly enhance professional reputation and leadership. When you practice humility in prayer, you become a humble colleague. When you learn to be patient during Ramadan, you become a patient leader. The mosque doesn't just connect us to Allah, it connects us to each other and teaches us how to be better in every relationship. Finally, we reach section 5. Action and close. We've learned so much today, from sacred basics to contemporary courtesy, and the amazing life upgrades that come from proper mosque etiquette. But knowledge without action is incomplete. So now, let's talk about what we can actually do starting today to implement these teachings and make them a living part of our lives. This is where theory becomes practice, where inspiration becomes transformation. Here are daily micro practices for macro impact. These are small actions that transforms sacred etiquette into powerful habits for a more disciplined, respectful, and focused modern life. First, pre-meeting reset. Perform a quick wudu before important meetings to reset your emotion and your focus, just like you prepare yourself before prayer. Prepare yourself before that big presentation or important conversation. Second, digital courtesy. Silent device during conversation to show respect and improve communication. If you can silence your phone in the mosque, you can silence it when talking to your family, friends, or colleagues. Third, dress for respect. Choose modest, professional attire to command respect and boost confidence. The same mindfulness you have when dressing for the mosque can elevate how you present yourself everywhere. And fourth, the 5 minute rules. Commit to arriving 5 minutes early everywhere to avoid reputation for reliability. Just like being on time for prayer, being early shows you value other people's times. This micro practice create macro impact in your life. Finally, carry the mosque spirit everywhere. Mosque etiquette is more than rituals. It's a portable toolkit for discipline, tranquility, and ethical interaction in every aspect of life. Here's my call to intentionality. Let every entrance be a sign of hope, every silent a dua for focus, and every timely arrival an echo of worship that elevates your modern light. Whether you're walking into your office, your classroom, or your home, bring that some mindfulness you have when entering the mosque. Make every intentional, make every action an of worship. Remember, transform your word, one courtesy at a time. You don't need to make huge changes overnight. Start small. Silence your phone during conversation. Arrive 5 minutes early. Dress with dignity. Treat every space with respect. These small courtesies will transform not just you, but everyone around you. The mosque spirit isn't confined to the mosque walls. It should radiate through every step you take in this world. So finally, um, and after that, just terima kasih semuanya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.